Right, so when we look into the RTP May 2020, one we find over there regarding the network, right? And second amendment which we find in the RTP is regarding the resignation of the statutory auditors given in the chapter of the SEBI LODR, that is the Audit Committee and the Corporate Governance, right? Resignation of the statutory auditors, right? What does it say? It talks about the auditor when they resign. Right, so one, it says if you are a listed entity, right, you have to make the timely disclosures with the stock exchanges. Right, whatever happens in your entity, you have to make the timely disclosures to, don't talk to your friend. Right, listed entity, you have to make the timely disclosures to the stock exchanges. Then what is the role of the audit committee in case of a listed entity? To recommend the appointment of the auditor, to look into the, to recommend the appointment of the auditor, to look into the independence and the performance of the auditor. What is this? This is the role of the audit committee. So this is like a warm-up. They've given an introduction that in case of listed entity, you have to make the timely disclosures to the stock exchange. Second, what is the role of audit committee? Recommend the appointment of the statutory auditor and also to review the independence and performance of the statutory auditor. And now, if the auditor of a listed entity resigns right now, 3 p.m., example, right, if the statutory auditor of the company has communicated the reasons for resignation to the listed entity today at 3 p.m., tomorrow by 3 p.m., the listed entity has to submit the detailed reasons to the stock exchange regarding the resignation of the statutory auditor. So within 24 hours of the receipt of the reasons from the auditor, within 24 hours of the receipt of the reasons from the auditor, the listed entity has to submit to the stock exchanges the detailed reasons regarding the resignation of the auditor within 24 hours. Right, so auditor today 3 p.m. he has sent the reasons why he is resigning from the audit of your company. Tomorrow by 3 p.m. the listed entity should have given the detailed reasons to the stock exchanges as to why the auditor of the company has resigned within 24 hours. Do you understand that? Okay. Right, now, is say September quarter just over. Pay attention over here now. Right, September 2024, yes, 2023 quarter just over. Right, and now say auditor of the company has resigned on 10th of October 2023 or he has resigned say on 1st of December 2000 or say 10th of December 2023. Right, say 10th of December 2023. So now if he resigns say example on 10th of October, say he resigned on 10th of October. Has he resigned within 45 days from the end of the quarter? September quarter, 30th September 2023. Has he resigned within 45 days from the end of the quarter? Right, it's just within 10 days in my example he has resigned. It says he has to issue the audit report or the limited review report in case a review is being done of that quarter, yes, before resigning. Right, so the audit report or the limited review conclusion of such quarter, he cannot resign without finishing the audit for the September quarter. If he resigns within 45 days from the end of the quarter. Second example, now when he is resigned, 10th of December, so October, 30 days, right? Then October 31 days, then November 30 days, and then after that December 10 days. So now is it more than 45 days? It is 75 days. So if you resign with after more than 45 days from the end of the quarter, you cannot resign without finishing the audit limited review of that quarter and also of the next quarter. So now if you have resigned within 45 days, you have to issue the report of September and then go. If you resign after 45 days, then you finish the audit of September also and December also, and then you can go. 4 quarters in a year, na? June, September, December, March. I have just taken this as an example. So within 45 days from the end of the quarter you resign, you have to issue the report for that quarter and only then you can resign. After 45 days if you resign, that quarter plus the next quarter. And notwithstanding the above, if you've already done the audit for the first 3 quarters, you cannot resign without issuing the audit report for the 4th quarter and the audit report for the full year. If you've done the audit for June, September, December, you cannot resign without doing the audit of the last quarter and also the audit of the entire financial year. Right? These are the conditions now put on the resignation of the statutory auditor. He cannot just get up and say that, no, I don't want to do your audit, I'm going. It says you finish the audit and go. And they've put it over there. What does it say? The obligations of the statutory auditor. So what did I say? Now you need to make the timely disclosures. Right? Then what is the role of audit committee? To make recommendations for the appointment of the auditor and also to review the independence and performance. So that is just a warm-up. What is the main point over here? Detailed reasons are required to be disclosed by the listed entity to the stock exchange. In case of resignation of the auditor of a listed entity, as soon as possible, but not later than 24 hours of the receipt of such reasons from the auditor. So once you receive the reasons from the auditor, within 24 hours, listed entity, you have to give the detailed reasons to the stock exchanges as to why the auditor of the company has resigned. In the notice of the AGM, disclosures are to be made. And now resignation before completion of audit. What are the conditions? What are the conditions? If the auditor resigns within 45 days from the end of a quarter of a financial year, then the auditor before such resignation will issue the limited review or the audit report for such quarter. You understand? No, CA can be appointed to do audit or can be appointed to do a review. Right? Audit standards on auditing, review standards on review engagement. In an audit, we give a reasonable assurance that financial statements are free from material misstatement. In a review, we give a limited assurance that financial statements are free from material misstatement. In an audit, mainly we have the 7 methods of obtaining audit evidence. In a review, mainly inquiry and analytical procedures. So goes without saying that review is less in scope as compared to an audit. Right? So client can go for a quarterly review also, or they can go for a quarterly audit also. Like your review fee, if it is 20 lakh, audit fee might be 1 crore. But again, the assurance is also different. Now SRE 2400, 2410 not applicable for your exams. Otherwise, we used to study those 2 standards also. Right? So this is the limited review. You know, either financial statements when company has prepared, what we tell them, we can either do the audit or we can do the LR, limited review. Audit we give reasonable assurance. Limited review we give the limited assurance. Right? In an audit, we say financial statements give a true and fair view. In a review, we say nothing has come to our attention that causes us to believe that they do not give a true and fair view. That means what? They are true and fair. But limited assurance is to be given in the form of a negative assurance, and reasonable assurance is given in the form of a positive assurance. Right. So if he resigns within 45 days, before such resignation, he will issue the limited review audit report for such quarter. So in my example, September quarter. If the auditor resigns after 45 days from the end of the quarter, then the auditor before such resignation will issue the limited review or the audit report for such quarter as well as the next quarter. So in my example, September as well as December. And notwithstanding the above, if the auditor has signed the limited review audit report for the first 3 quarters of the financial year, then again before such resignation, he will issue the limited review audit report for the last quarter of such financial year as well as the audit report for such financial year. So last quarter audit also and full year audit also. Last quarter limited review audit report, whatever it is, and full year audit. Right? Audit report to be issued. Are you understanding? 24 hours. Right, after 24 hours, 45 days, then again 45 days, and then first 3 quarters. Right, last quarter you have to issue the LR or the audit report and also the audit report for the entire financial year. Are you understanding? Okay, now if the auditor has resigned, and what is the reason for the resignation of the auditor? Non-cooperation of the management or the incomplete information. Why the auditor is resigning? Due to the non-cooperation of the management or due to the inadequacy of the information, limitation on scope, information not provided, right? Inadequacy of the information. It says the auditor will have direct access to the chairperson of the audit committee, and the audit committee shall consider the concerns of the auditor without waiting. They will consider it immediately without waiting for the quarterly audit committee meeting. Right? If the auditor, why he is resigning? Right? Non-cooperation by management or non-availability of the information. The auditor shall approach the chairman of the audit committee, and the audit committee shall receive such concern directly and immediately. Because as such audit committee meeting, how many times in a year? 4 times in a year with a time gap of not more than 120 days. So they can tell him, whenever the audit committee meeting is there, that time we'll discuss. No, without waiting. Right, immediately without specifically waiting for the quarterly audit committee meeting. Right, immediately it is to be, the audit committee needs to consider the reason for the resignation of the auditor. All this they are going to check in the MCQ. That the audit committee members have told that we will consider your matter at the next audit committee meeting. No, without specifically waiting for the quarterly audit committee meeting. And then the auditor has to give the detail regarding all the information explanation which he asked for and which was not provided by the management. Right, so what reasons do you need to give to the audit committee? Okay, what information explanation you asked for and what information which was not provided to you. Then the audit committee, what they will do? They will deliberate on the matter. On the receipt of such information from the auditor relating to the proposal to resign as mentioned above, the audit committee board of directors shall deliberate on the matter and communicate its view to the management and the auditor. So what has happened now in the second part? It says auditor, you have direct access to the chairperson of the audit committee. And audit committee chairperson, what does it say? Without waiting for the quarterly audit committee meeting, they need to consider the concerns of the auditor. You're also going to tell the audit committee regarding what information you asked for but which was not provided by the management. Then it says the audit committee will deliberate on this matter. Audit committee board of directors, and they will communicate their view to the management and also to the auditor. Now when they will deliberate? At the audit committee meeting. Right, now the audit committee meeting is over. Now it says within 24 hours of the completion of the audit committee meeting. Right, what does it say? The audit committee will deliberate upon. Did I just show you over here? Deliberate upon. Right, did we see over here? Deliberate on the matter. Same point I'm showing it to you down again. Last point. Again, the audit committee shall deliberate upon the concerns raised by the auditor with respect to resignation, and they will also communicate its view to the management and the auditor. And now again within 24 hours, the disclosure of the audit committee views is to be made to the stock exchanges not later than 24 hours after the date of such audit committee meeting. So once your audit committee meeting takes place, there you've deliberated on the matter, you've thought upon why the information was not provided to the auditor. Now within 24 hours of the audit committee meeting, your views, audit committee views, you have to communicate to the stock exchange. Earlier, what was the 24 hours? Once the auditor has resigned, within 24 hours, the detailed reasons are to be communicated to the stock exchange. And now what is to be communicated? The audit committee views. Right, on the concerns on which they have deliberated, on the concerns of the auditor. It is to be communicated to the stock exchanges within 24 hours of the audit committee meeting. And what does it say? Auditor, what if you don't get the information? You can give a disclaimer in no uncertain terms. Auditor, what did we say? Non-cooperation by management or the non-availability of information. So what if you don't get the information? It says, auditor, you can issue a disclaimer of opinion. And now what does the LODR guideline say? SEBI listing obligation disclosure requirement regulation guideline. Within 45 days that quarter, after 45 days such quarter plus next quarter, and first 3 quarters, then last quarter and full year audit to be done. It says now all this should be included in the appointment letter of the statutory auditor. If it is not already included, it says now you modify the appointment letter to include all of the above. Right, and the company secretary shall certify compliance by the listed entity with the above. Right, the company secretary shall certify the compliance with the listed entity for the above. Are you understanding? Right, so what does it say? The terms of appointment of the auditor are accordingly to be suitably changed. right? The terms of appointment of the auditor are to be accordingly suitably changed. Okay. Right, and then after that, what does it talk about? Right, the format of information in which the auditor has to give the detail to the stock exchanges, right, upon resignation. Now, what does it say? If auditor resigns on 10th October, in my example, should he finish the audit for 30th September quarter and then resign? Before such resignation, audit or limited review? Okay, but now has he already resigned? So management may say, now though I don't want to talk to you only, because anyways you've resigned. It says no. During the period from when the auditor proposes to resign till the time the auditor submits the report for such quarter or financial year as specified above, the listed entity and its material subsidiary shall continue to provide all information as may be necessary for the audit or the limited review. Right, so cooperation by the management, or they may say, no, auditor, now you resign, no, now we'll not give you, we were giving you information, till you told you're not giving information, now to forget. No, it says cooperation by the management, by the listed entity and the material subsidiary. Right, so obviously this is new arrival in the syllabus. Right, so MCQ or the is theory part of the paper. We certainly expect a question on this one. Right, so did you understand timely disclosures, role of audit committee, 24 hours, 45 days, 3 quarters, again 24 hours. Right, again 24 hours. Then the audit committee will deliberate on the matter without waiting. For the quarterly audit committee meeting, they will deliberate on the matter and communicate their views to the management as well as to the auditor. And then once they've deliberated on the matter, within 24 hours, audit committee views are to be submitted to the stock exchanges. And what if auditor does not get the information? He can give a disclaimer, and also cooperation by the management of the listed entity and the material subsidiary. Does everybody understand that? Okay.